Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope.
Hi,
Peace, Queen. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
All is well. All is well. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you coming on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Okay, okay. We're gonna get into it. So it's pre-recorded, and then I can edit it if you need me to. Peace and blessings, family. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Taye Speaks. We got a very, very special guest in the house. Thank you again for coming on the show. It's truly an honor. I've been following your IG page. You always posting some enlightening and some powerful stuff. I don't speak a lot of French, but I can kind of feel the energy and feel the vibes. But
Thank you very much. Ashanti sana.
for sure, for sure. For the viewers who may not know who you are, please tell them what your name is, and also tell them where are you from.
Okay, so first of all, Ashanti sana for having me. It's a very, very first time in English, so hopefully I will speak well. Sorry for the mistakes. Sorry for my accents. So I'm Nelly. I was born and raised in France. I'm half French and half Sara. Sara is a group of people in the current Chad. So if you don't know Chad, it's a country in Africa, in the, how do you say that, the center of Africa. So my dad was born there, and the Sara, as I said, is a group of people. So I'm half French, half Sara, and I was born in France, and I'm currently living in France. And as you said, I have founded Afrochronik KSF. In English, that would be Afrochronik KSF, I guess. And I'm sharing my researches about African history, diaspora included, of course.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, okay. Okay, now if you could tell us a little more about the page, what type of history specifically do you share? Is it a variety of things, or are you focusing on one part of the history?
Sure. So about history, I would say too that I'm speaking about the culture. That is to say, for example, especially on my YouTube channel, sorry, I talked about how can you say that, the traditional African system. That is to say, I don't know how to say that in English actually. Do we say matriarcha? Patriarcha? How do you say that? Matriarchal. I don't know how you say that in English.
Is that
Um,
a matriarchy or something like that?
exactly. Yes, this is that.
Yeah.
So, for example, I talked about that. So, to me, actually, history and culture, this is very linked. This is very connected. And I guess for history, I can talk about everything. I don't have limits actually, but I have to admit that I would rather talk about um, the positive thing, not that I just want to talk only about the positive thing, that I want to see everything as positive. But it's true that for my part, as I said, I lived in France. Well, I was born in France and I was raised in France. And the very little that we talked in school about Africa was slavery and colonization, and the actual situation, which is not that great, as we all know. So when I started to discover the real African history, and once again, when I'm talking about African history, I'm also talking about the diaspora, so America is included. I was just impressed of how wonderful and how impressive was our history. So I just decided to share that on, first of all, on my Instagram page, and just to show to to all the African people in the world that we have many things that we don't know. And even when we talk about slavery, what don't we never talk about, the revolts or the revolution that we had, about slavery, because they had many, first of all, in the African continent, against slavery, on the boats, and in the Americas. Well, we never talk about that. So, that I would say that I would like to talk about more the positive thing. If they are, negative things, I would talk about it. But I just want to show to our people that we have many things that we need to know, and just to help us grow, and just to help us to be inspired. I can say it like that, to be inspired for our own future, and just to realize that our ancestors were great. They were the first civilizations, and we need this inspiration to be as great and even greater.
Oh wow, definitely. You made some real interesting points. I mean, for me myself, it's been a very empowering journey. As long as
Sure.
I learn about my
Hmm.
history and the history of my people, because a lot of Black Americans, we don't really see the rest of the world as being Black. You know, we don't know about Africa because Africa has almost 60 countries. Africa has more countries than any other continent, so we don't know about the wars in South Africa or Angola or Ghana or Nigeria and different things like that.
Hmm.
We still struggle with learning our own history specifically,
Sure.
and
Mm.
right, and even in other parts of the diaspora, we don't get to learn about the revolutions in Brazil and Haiti. They don't teach you any of that in school. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of
It's
learn
similar.
these things on your own. So.